Amanda.
Hi, Peyton. How's it going? How are you doing today?
Great.
Good. So, why don't we just start the session with, what's the best thing that happened to you last week?
I would have to say last week was pretty stressful because I had 4 exams, so finding the time to, make it to the gym at least 3 times during that week between, yoga or going to the rec or just working out.
Oh, good. That's good. Awesome. No, that's a really good way to relieve your stress. No, seriously. Good for you. It's hard when you're busy, too.
Mm-hmm.
Sue, I made a list of the goals that we talked about from last time, so why don't you go ahead and just take a look and pick one.
I want to focus more on meditating at least 3 times a day.
Good. All right, Sue, let's just kind of dig into that one then. So let's just kind of start with the positives then. So what are some positives that you think are from meditating 3 days a week?
I think it'll help me start my mornings off better by just waking up and focusing on, setting a goal for that day. And I think starting off at just 3 days a week would really get me into the habit of it so that it eventually become, a routine and, an everyday thing. And I think it's really important to, clear your head before the day starts, set a goal, have an idea in mind of what you want, your day to look like versus, just getting up to an alarm and being all, frazzled trying to get ready for the day.
Yeah, no, I agree. Totally agree. Cool. Nice. Okay. So, we're going to kind of go back with the goal of working out with the stressful week. So, what are some of the best experience that you thought helped you accomplish that goal?
I think having people hold you accountable who if you make people aware of your goal, if you have a friend who works out with you, because then you're, bound to them to make sure that you're both working out. So I think definitely having someone hold you accountable makes it easier to complete that goal. And also, writing it down and having it written down on my list of goals and, being able to see that and making sure that I'm accomplishing that and that it's not just, words on paper.
For sure. Totally helps. Good. So, what do you think, then, you've learned from your experience, then?
I think I've learned that when I work out, I am definitely less stressed out. I'm able to accomplish more, homework-wise and stay focused longer versus, not taking the time to not work out and trying to study longer. But in reality, I end up just, really anxious and, can't focus as long and don't get as much done.
Right. That's true. Well, that's good. No, that's good to be aware because that's important when we're kind of thinking about making changes and everything because those are not easy roadblocks, but good ones to be aware of so that we can overcome. So then kind of going off of that then, I really think that your strengths are just kind of taking a step back and just being aware of the situation. So that's also really good, and that ties into meditating 3 days a week too, because I think that'll help reaffirm what you kind of already have going on. So it's good, and and I totally agree too. I think too, by sticking to a routine and just being accustomed to that too, that's another strength that you have that will help accomplish the goal of meditating 3 days a week. And so, yeah. And so, what do you think? So, kind of going back to your other goal that we just went over of going to the gym, what do you think your percentage of success was?
I'd say 75%.
75%? Nice. Hey, that's better than 50.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're going to kind of move on here. And just talk more and dig more into meditating 3 days a week. So, is that okay if we go and work on that topic now?
Beautiful.
Great. Let's do it. Okay, so what do you really want right now in relation to this topic in this moment?
That's kind of a tricky question. I think just helping me kind of come up with a routine to meditate versus, because saying you're able to meditate is easy, but like having a routine and learning how to meditate and like knowing how long of a duration my meditation should last.
Like what like works for you and everything. Cool. So nice. That sounds like a good place to start. Oh, excuse me. So let's kind of go over the strengths and values that you can kind of use to your advantage to move forward. So I wrote down before that accountability is one of the strengths that help you accomplish your goals. So maybe setting like a reminder in your phone or something like that would probably help with that. And also too, like just like writing it down, like maybe in your planner or something, because that seems like something that would help. Yeah, pretty much anything that you can kind of incorporate into your routine, I think will probably be really beneficial. And so let's kind of talk about your environments. So what are kind of some unhealthy environments for you that don't really help you get things done that you want?
I think the environment of just my bedroom, because I see my bed and I just like to lay in it.
Right, yeah.
And it makes it hard to want to get stuff done too if my room's messy, because then I just start cleaning. So I think I focus better like in a quiet and like clean environment versus like maybe my apartment.
So you think like somewhere outside of your apartment's better? Yeah, I think that'll help too with focus. So what are some places that you have in mind then that would be good for a meditation?
I think like maybe hot house yoga.
Okay.
Going in there before a class and just sitting down in the room before the class starts and like setting a goal, or maybe before I sit down and like do my homework in the library because it's usually quiet there, just like focus on what I want to accomplish during that time period.
Cool. Okay. So it seems like you have a pretty good idea of what kind of works for you and what kind of environments. That's also really good to be aware of that. So then let's kind of go over the pros and cons then of meditating 3 days a week. So we can kind of just like put that out and just see if it's something that is something you really want to do. So let's start with cons first.
It could be something that like I don't really focus on. Like I might think I'm doing it, but like I'm kind of just like gliding through it just because I want to like get it over with, and I know that's something I like have to get done that day. So maybe not putting like a whole bunch of effort like, into it, or like maybe I feel like I don't need it that day, so I kind of skip it, or don't feel it's necessary.
Let's do one more.
It could be hard to like find the time to meditate, even though it might just be for a couple minutes, just to take the time out and clear my head and be quiet versus like just continuing on with my day.
Sure. Okay, now let's move on to the easier one, and let's talk about some pros.
Well, definitely it would be a good start if I focus on doing it in the morning or at night, like when I wake up, right before I go to bed, just either set a goal for the day or reflect on the day. Another pro could help is like if I also like meditate before an exam, just kind of clear my head, and like get rid of all the negativity. Another pro is that it can help me be more positive about what I want to get done, like more positive outlook on life.
It's just not a very bad thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so kind of like, do you kind of feel a little better about moving towards this goal?
Yeah,
feel like a little more
I definitely
attainable?
think that you've helped me figure out like what's good about it, what's bad about it, but how I could stick to it.
Sweet. Okay, so then we're going to brainstorm. Let's brainstorm 6 ideas, and we'll just kind of go back and forth of ways that you can get this goal accomplished. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to start?
I got a good one in mind, so I'll start.
Okay.
I think setting an alarm or making a definite time of the day to make this happen, and I think starting off, like, if it's just in the morning or just at night, would be easier to obtain that goal then.
Nice. I think another good one too, because you talked about like learning out how. There's a lot of apps, so like maybe just finding like a meditating app.
I think like setting a time period so I don't have to like let it go on too long, but if I just set like 3 to 5 minutes aside in the morning, that way I know like that I'll be getting enough accomplished during that time period, but also it won't be taking up like an hour of my time.
Right. Ooh, I think too, like with helping meditating, like adding like essential oils or like having a special, I don't know, something to add to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are nice.
I also think something that could be really interesting to add is like focusing on a theme or like a quote of the week that could help me get through those 3 days. I know there's a lot of books out there that like talk about like positives and like inspirational stuff, so I think if I'm able to find like a quote of the week and relate it back to myself in 3 different ways, that could be really cool and helpful.
Show. Last one. Let's see. I think in addition to setting an alarm, writing in your planner like every Sunday just to remind yourself to do it is helpful. Okay. Okay. Okay, so from this list that we just made, if you want to take a quick look, what do you think is going to be like the best idea and like the most, not the easiest, but most successful for you to do?
I think the meditating app, because I think it could combine a couple of those ideas into one.
Right.
I'm sure an app has like a timer on it, could have some like music in the background, and it has like a voice talking you through it, so I know like what to focus on rather than like a quote or something. It could be like someone else kind of helping me focus on what to accomplish during that time.
True that. Okie dokie. So then we will go with that one. Okay. So, you think, I think too, I agree, or I'm sensing that meditating is an important goal for you. And it seems that you seem really ready to continue with it because it'll just help with a lot of different aspects. School, life, everything like that. So, along with that, we're going to kind of refine that goal into SMART goal. Have you heard of a SMART goal before?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then let's start with the S, and that just means specific. So, along with meditating 3 days a week, we can say you can use blank meditating app 3 days a week.
Okay.
And then measurable, we can just do that by setting alarms in your phone, so then that way, like, that you know when to do it.
Perfect.
And then attainable, well, you have an iPhone, and you also have an Apple Watch too, so that's nice because you have like everything's all connected. So those are also good reminders. And also, I think that this goal is realistic in a sense that it seems that we've come up with a different list of pros and cons. We've really kind of weighed everything out, and that you kind of have a really better idea, a better picture of like how to reach it.
It's definitely something that I could easily fit into my schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
Not asking too much.
Exactly. Okay, and timely. So let's do meditate 3 days a week and for the next month. So that'll be December 16th.
Perfect.
So meditate 3 times a week by December 16th. Okay. So, and then kind of going over, revisiting the environment thing that we went over previously in the session, just kind of like going over those good environments. So, like kind of a support system, because that's important. So do you have any people in mind that are good for a support system?
Yeah, definitely. My roommate, she's really good at being a great support system. She knows how to keep the positivity and energy up high when it's really hard or you've had a stressful week, so I can definitely depend on her. And she's also great at keeping me accountable for working out and keeping a positive mind, body, soul.
Sweet. Good. Awesome. That's awesome. That's good. And that's nice as a roommate too, because yeah, that's nice, convenient.
You free?
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let's just finish this. Okay.
I think we need to meditate.
Holy shit.
I saw that.
Sorry, Kate. Sorry. Okay, really quick. So then let's talk about some structure really quick. App, phone. Yeah, really good.
Definitely good structure. Okay. It's something easy to access, like during my day.
Right.
And can definitely like increase my meditation as I want to improve more, and like it's something that I can access.
Sorry, I'm so geeked right now. Okay. All right. Okay, so now environments. So you mentioned before hot house. Muy bueno. I like that idea a lot because, and also too, library. I like that idea before homework as well because I agree that it's a quiet space. No one's really, like, if you think about it, no one's really looking at you. So, you know, that's an easy way to squeeze in, like, even, like, 2 minutes. Yeah, even before yoga, too. That's honestly when I like to meditate, too. Because it's like, yeah, you get really carried away with your day sometimes, and it's really hard to set aside time. And also, too, not in your apartment because distracting. And so let's go over confidence ruler on a scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you in completing an 11?
10.
11 out of 10? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I think
sweet.
You really helped me feel confident that I can reach my goal, and you gave me the tools in my toolbox to help get there.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. And so I actually agree with that. And well, I mean, I'm like, I agree with like that. Like, I'm awesome because I know that. Duh. No, but that's cool. 11 out of 10 explains it. So, and I really do think that this goal really resonates with what you're trying to aim for, which is overall wellness and well-being. So, yeah. And I appreciate your work in this session. It means a lot. It takes a lot of time and effort because, yeah, goal setting is difficult. Also wanted to open up for any feedback for the future sessions.
Maybe helping me. Maybe some suggestions of like great quotes or like things to think about throughout my day.
Yeah.
Or, like, cool like meditation books or like other things to help add to my meditation.
I can totally do that for you. Awesome. So why don't we go ahead and schedule the next session? How does next Thursday at noon sound?
Sounds just perfect.
Great. Well, I will see you then. Good luck. Yeah, write in your planner. Good luck. Just remember the things we talked about. And yeah, good luck with your goal.
Thank you.